Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. A very good afternoon to you wherever you are around the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Australia, Canada, or right here in Southeast Asia. Very good day to you. It is Monday afternoon. Yes, we are right now in the afternoon. Welcome back to the channel, my dear friend. I'm excited to be back once again because we are on the winning side. Next will be Manchester United for the next weekend. But wait a minute. Well, I will confirm that. I think we have a midweek game. I'll confirm that and I'll let you know. Dear friend, is it 85 GA between Cole Palmer and Nicola Jackson after a year of playing with one another? That means that 85% of goals, scored. Goals scored. How will I put it? Chances both created, chances and goals scored between them, Cole Palmer and Nicola Jackson. 85 GA between these two. You are seeing on your screen. What an incredible two young men. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. It ended yesterday. If you have not watched the first video, go back and watch it. It's a very interesting post-match reaction. Right now, let me just say this is the part 2 of it. This is the part 2, and I'll be analyzing the game the more on this very special episode. But remember, yesterday's game, Chelsea started the game with Sanchez in goal post. Rhys James playing from the left centre-back position, not the right back, left centre-back position. Wesley Fofana and Cowell partnering him, that three defense. Romeo Lavia and Gusto. It looks as if Enzo Maresca knew exactly what he's doing. He shifted Gusto up a little to partner Cole Palmer when the game started. But you will be thinking maybe Gusto was just a left back. No. He shifted him back to partner Lavia. And even to some extent, he sometimes moved forward to join the attack, Malo Gusto. Now, in attack, we have Madueke, Cole Palmer. Casado right now was up the field. So it looks as if we were using double 10. Or let me say, yes, we're using double 10. Then we have Neto, Jackson heading the attack. Dear friend, it's a formation that worked perfectly. Chelsea, in fact, Enzo Maresca is on top of his job. Dear friends, I will be moving quickly. Because I have a lot to talk about. It is absolutely incredible to see Cole Palmer giving that kind of a pass to Neto. And Neto with the pace that he has to Jackson. And it is a goal! Anyway, dear friends, what actually happened in the game? I want to tell you what actually happened. What transpired in the game against Newcastle is what I want to talk about here. Tactical review. Because there's so much to talk about. If I don't do some of these reviews now, we might not catch it up again. So tactical review of Chelsea, Newcastle. Tactical review of that. That's what I want to do right now. Before then, Newcastle head coach Eddie Howe said, this is what he said about Cole Palmer after the game. Palmer has got that ability to whatever space he has to be able to wriggle out of tight end situations. To be able to wriggle out of tight end situations. And of course, if he has too much space, he will kill you the other way. So we didn't do with him particularly well in the opening period of the game. Jackson as well gave us problems. This is the head coach of Newcastle speaking. Jackson as well gave us problems. But I thought we began to get grip the longer the game went on. They did well. Newcastle did well. Otherwise, their defense was so tight. Their defense did extremely well. Newcastle defense, oh come on. I give them thumbs up. They did well. Against this Chelsea, and the way we were attacking from every angle, Newcastle's defense did extra. And they did better than Chelsea in defense. They did better than Chelsea in defense. And this is what our head coach has said after the game. I really love and like Reece James. I was saying the other day, I expected more from the captains, from Reece and the other guys. Inside the pitch, he is a top player. We move Reece to the left side and Cole to the left pocket. So now, those of you who watched the first video, you get it now. What I tried to explain to you guys. He says that they move Reece James to the left side and Cole to the left pocket. The reason was to try and attack that side and have Malo Gusto in the right pocket. It worked very well, according to our head coach. It worked very well. That is what our head coach has said. It ended Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. By the way, another game that took place late last night. Liverpool, Arsenal. It ended 2-2. Liverpool, Arsenal ended 2-2. Dear friends, Arsenal was supposed to win the game. They were leading in the first half. Mikel Arteta, what is the problem? I don't want to use the word, but what actually is the problem? You have injuries. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Oh, now you guys are beginning to understand. Last season when Chelsea had several injuries. Last season by this time we had about 11 to 13 players on injury list. But you were leading Liverpool. You should have gotten this job done for us. 2-2. Well, I will not talk much about that now. Just like I left Manchester United out in my first video. Cole Palmer, speaking after the game, he tells Sky Sport, I was trying to enjoy my football. Game by game. Many people on the outside try to put pressure on me to replicate what I did last season in terms of the numbers. It's my second season playing football and I am still very, very young. It's my second season playing. Wait, is he trying to say in Man City he was not playing football? Palmer, were you playing basketball in Man City? Ladies and gentlemen, what he tried to insinuate is that in Chelsea, this is his full season of playing football in the first 11. He's always been on the bench at Man City. Now at Chelsea, he's always in the in fact, if not the first name on the team sheet, he has always been. Dear friends, that is what he meant. All right. There is something I want to show you guys. Look at this picture on your screen. Yeah, Manchester United fans, look at this picture. This picture on the screen. Xavi's wife on Instagram posted something. Xavi, former ex-Barcelona player and coach. Yes, ex-Barcelona player and coach. The wife posted this picture you are seeing right there on her IG. Their little boy, son wearing Manchester United jersey. What does that mean? The wife of Xavi posted this on her IG. Xavi playing with a young boy, and the young boy was wearing Manchester United jersey. Are we going to see Xavi taking over from Eric Ten Hag? Very likely. It is possible. United fans, would you love to have Xavi? For me, he did not do so badly at Barcelona. He didn't do that badly last season. But is Manchester United ready for a player? An ex-Barcelona player? Let me hear from Barcelona, or how we call it, United fans that are on this channel. On your screen also currently is a league table. Man City are now leading the table. Manchester City are leading the table now with 23 points. Followed closely by Liverpool, 22 points. Arsenal, 18 points. Aston Villa, 18 points. Goal difference made it that way. They are both on 18, but because of goal difference. Then followed by Chelsea, 5th position with 17 points. 17 points. So Chelsea fans, right now we are on the 5th position on the league table. Manchester United next. Yeah. Look, these guys should not sack everything high here too. They shouldn't sack him. He should still be in charge to face Chelsea. Anything that will make them to bring a new coach, but within this week, the players might turn up. So please, United, don't do anything now. Please wait. After the Chelsea game, then you can go ahead. Ah, my goodness. Cole Palmer is making me excited. Cole Palmer, Nicola Jackson, and Pedro Neto, they are the one making me too excited today. And you see, when you look at the figures, like Cole Palmer so far this season, 7 goals scored, 5 assists in 9 Premier League games this season. 7 goals scored, Cole Palmer already. 5 assists in 9 Premier League games. Inevitable. It is. All right, dear friends. I want to go to the analysis, but I'm being signaled that my time is almost up. I just don't know how to. But you see, I'll start. And I'll find a way of ending it. Chelsea 2, Newcastle United 1. Tactical and performance analysis. Tactical and performance analysis. I hope I can end it in 5 minutes. Chelsea capped out a hard-fought victory over Newcastle, edging their way up the table. Yes. Chelsea had a narrow victory over Newcastle United in a match where both teams created good scoring opportunities. In the end, however, the home side capitalized more effectively on their chances, securing the 3 points. Now, I would like to break this down tactically for you, how the battle went and unfolded at Stamford Bridge. Analyzing key moments and strategic moves that help or that shape the match. Let's dive in. Ladies and gentlemen, the lineups were interesting from Chelsea perspective as Gusto and James featured. With Chelsea's 2 natural left backs, Viega and Makukrela on the bench. Viega and Makukrela were all left on the bench. Furthermore, Neto started instead of Sancho. Structurally, the main difference was that Palmer played in the left-hand side of the field. That is the difference. Cole Palmer played in the left-hand space of the field instead of the right. Hence, Malo Gusto positioned on the right. So you see it there now. Now, this was more suitable to Gusto as he would be more dangerous. As he was more dangerous in the final 10 by supporting Noni Madueke with overlapping and underlapping runs. Additionally, James shifted to the left center back. Rhys James shifted to the left center back. Listen, rest of the team was standard. Can we move on? That is what you can see right there on your screen. This table was produced by SofaScore. As you can see it on your screen right there. That is the position of Chelsea players. All right, we move on. From the start of the match, both teams made their out of possession approach in attacking third evident. Pressing high and forced turnovers. Newcastle decided to go man-to-man initially across the field against Chelsea 4-2-4 for build-up formation. Thus leaving 4 versus 4 at the back. I don't believe this was a wise approach considering Jackson's ability to drop deep and link play. Sometimes we saw a lot. Jackson's ability to drop deep and link play, we saw it several times in the game. And the dangers of giving players like Palmer space between the lines. This is where I didn't like this. The tactics of Eddie Howe, the Newcastle head coach. You could see the risks of this approach in the 3rd minute of the match where Ben got turned and bent for space. The name is Ben, and he got bent and was turned for space by Cole Palmer. You see, bent for space, leading to a 4 versus 3 situation. Neto is out of shot in the bottom left, as you can see on your screen. You see, furthermore, Ben wasn't quick or tight enough on Jackson to stop him throughout the match. The defender, that is the Newcastle player, he wasn't quick enough to stop Jackson throughout the match. It was a constant weakness for Newcastle. It was a constant weakness. A quick word on Chelsea's build-up strategy. Sanchez will go short and long directly into the feet of the attackers as they pull and drag their markers, which was a smart thing to do. However, I felt like Sanchez on the ball sharpness was missing. I felt Sanchez on the ball's sharpness was missing in terms of accuracy. Yes, I don't know whether it was the first video. He had 20 out of 40. Dear friends, look at the last image. Look at the image on your screen, which was provided by SofaScore. By the way, you see, specifically at Jackson, that's number 15 there. His average touches were deeper than the wingers Maresca wanted to capitalize on Ben's weakness and the defensive high line. Jackson's, specifically, his average touches on the ball was much more than expected. Ladies and gentlemen, the other disadvantage of this system was the threat Chelsea have in the offensive transition. The threat Chelsea have in the offensive transition-like scenarios, especially with Maresca foreseeing a game where Newcastle will press high. You know what he did? He deployed Neto and Madueke, two rapid wingers that thrive in 1 versus 1 in isolation. That was the weapon Maresca used. Neto and Madueke, 1 versus 1, they thrive a lot. So he deployed them both in a game, and it worked perfectly. Although the opening goal wasn't a result of their back line, Newcastle's back line being exposed to 1 versus 1, as it was from a counter. The opening goal came from a counter after a deep possession turnover. Yes, it was the game. That goal came from our own area. We just used our ability to counter with the speed we have from the deep possession area. You see, it showcased the threat Chelsea possesses in quick back to front attacking moves. Palmer's pass, by the way, oh my God, Cole Palmer's pass, simply magnificent. The vision, the weight of the pass, the execution, everything was just spot on. Everything was just spot on. When forced ball to the middle, when we forced the ball to the middle or the center of the field, Newcastle sat in a 4-5-1, as you can see in the image. Narrow mid-block. 4-5-1, narrow mid-block. That is what they were doing when the ball is in the middle of the park. Although this zonal approach left space between the lines, the narrow position on the wingers and the number 8 were meant to cut the passing lanes to Chelsea's midfielders. However, this did not always work during the game for Newcastle. The Blues were in their usual 3-2-5. Lavia, Caicedo were the pivots. Gusto in the right hand side and Cole Palmer at the left side. You see, the amazing thing was Reece James now shifted to left center back. Everything else was usual. Of course, they did not maintain passive mid-block approach. Chelsea did not. The pressing trigger was a sideways, backward pass between the center backs. That would trigger Newcastle into man versus man, man to man. Or that was what triggered Newcastle to man, marking. As you can see it in the image there. When Newcastle did setup, which was also baited by Chelsea, right? The home team did well to play through them. Chelsea did well to play through them. Just like how we saw in a conference league a few nights ago. By utilizing the goalkeeper as an extra man, we utilized our goalkeeper as an extra man. He left his goalpost, he came up the field. Chelsea were capable of bypassing a high press after baiting a zonal approach to jump. This would either help, or usually it either helps them in attack, helps in a quick attack through the lines, or pin Newcastle back, as we saw throughout the game. Dear friends, we saw Chelsea trying to penetrate Newcastle in various ways in the game last night. Chelsea tried to penetrate them in various ways with two general methods, two main methods. One, wing play. Wing play, yes. 1-versus-1 isolation of Neto and Madueke against the young Livramento and Hall. Also includes general wide combinations of supporting runs provided. 2, central penetration, which resulted in Kopama's goal. Trying to find incisive pass through to cut through the center. This could also be after baiting the press, or it was usually after baiting the press by Newcastle. I'll argue that Chelsea could have done better in the final third to create a higher volume of valuable chances and break the Newcastle box, but that did not happen. Quickly, I'm about to run up. However, I must give props to Newcastle for having their team defense set up properly. Yes, really, they really protected their box better than Chelsea. They really protected their box area better than Chelsea, as you can see in the chart or the graph on your screen. Chelsea, Newcastle, deep entries on your screen there right now, as you can see. Dear friends, both the image 1 and image 2, deep entries and penetration for both teams. All right. Additionally, Newcastle 4-5-1 formation mid-block did work. It did work in some cases against Chelsea. As I mentioned in the tactical preview, though, Howard's team haven't created an abundance of XG in this game. In fact, in this season at all, they've not created so much XGs this season. They are still good at creating chances on the counter. Against Chelsea, when they caused a midfield turnover from the mid-block, they had a solid rest attack structure. Yes. To threaten the home side. But the question is, did that work effectively against Chelsea? Chelsea's high pressing approach, for me, is a little confusing, even after the rewatch of the game, because at times it was man-to-man, whilst other times it was a hybrid. The key difference between the two, from how I saw it, was Fofana's decision to not to step up on Joelinton, who positioned in the left-hand side of the field. Fofana, that was his decision. He was not rushing at all. Here's example 1, where it looks like hybrid shape as Chelsea press with a 1 from the front whilst having +2 at the back. However, Newcastle easily find the free man, Guimaraes, as Casado tracks Joelinton. Below is an example where Chelsea go man-to-man. You see, I do apologize for the blurry still, but to make it easier, it's similar structure from the above example, with a small twerk that Casado is on the Guimaraes, whilst Fofana stepped up onto Joelinton right there. That was leaving Chelsea backline 4-1. What I think is that Maresca intended for a man-to-man positioning, but the team at times, due to lack of organization, seems to like a one high press. Dear friends, my time is up. I will have to finish this. But actually, my initial assumption that Chelsea were always just intending for a man-to-man changed Maresca's, made in the first half. This was reflected by a tactical change Maresca made in the first half. You see, in the previous example of Chelsea leaving a Newcastle midfielder free, you will notice that both Chelsea wingers were making the opposition fullback. So the change Maresca made in second half was instructing the opposite winger to press the number 8. For example, if the ball was on Chelsea's right side, Madueke would press the Newcastle left back. Do you get it? If the ball was at Chelsea's right side, Madueke would press the Newcastle left back. Casado marks Jolinton and Lavia marks Guimaraes. So Newcastle now gets confused because they are no longer sure where the ball was going. Now, Tonali, Newcastle player Tonali, any one of the center midfielders more broadly, was previously left free, since Neto would be marking Livramento right back. But now, Neto will mark Tonali and leave Livramento free. A very intelligent decision by Maresca. Very intelligent one there. So, it created so much problem for Newcastle. They didn't know who was going to receive the ball next. I was generally, however, disappointed with our OOP. Our OOP worked done by Chelsea, especially when they press high. When they press high, because it looks really disjointed at times. The Isak goal stems from this issue. Watch below. Well, I cannot play the video for you for copyright issues. But you could, if you watch the video yourself, you could see clearly how come that Isak scored that goal. The space Chelsea afford due to a poor frontline press. But of course, that isn't to say that Chelsea weren't at all effective. They did force a few errors when Newcastle tried to play out from back. This is aptly also represented as the data rider shows on your screen. A moment where they did make this count was for Chelsea's second goal. It starts from Newcastle's attempt to play through Chelsea, which actually led to the midfield turnover. The midfield turnover picked up by Palmer, who drives the ball in and scores. Newcastle, on the other hand, dear friend, Newcastle, on the other hand, set up 4-3-3 in possession. In possession. The shape against the 4-4-2 mid block and 5-4-1 low block whenever Chelsea changes position. Guimaraes was the lone 6. Jolinton in the left-hand side of the field. Tonali at the right side. 2 touchline wingers and a standard back 4 with full backs encouraged to charge forward at times against Chelsea. Isak, similar to Jackson, also dropped deep to link play and cause disruptions to Chelsea's structure as well. Dear friend, in the first half, they looked to play more directly as they retained just 41% possession. However, that changed in the second half. Let me leave you here. There is more to talk about. I'll see you back in the next one when you see me, dear friends. But remember, this is our tactical review. Chelsea, Newcastle. I'll see you guys when you see me in the next one. Shalom and peace.